that I you know, we know each other. And when I see your names and I see some of your faces, whether I know some of you, it's you can't show your faces, and it's fine if you don't. It's all good for me. I'm just happy you're here. So this is the card I chose from my moon deck, and it is the moon cycles, and there she is underneath, just embracing all the cycles. And it says, my emotions move through cycles and connect me to my truth. So I know we've had this one before, and I said like a few minutes ago that when I woke up this morning, I can really feel everything right in my belly. My emotions move through cycles and connect me to my truth. And then I said, I know once I get on the mat, I'm gonna move through it. And that is so healing. That's self-care, to let these things be felt. And then I just chose one of my little goddess cards here, just these little sayings. And this one says, relax. You're being held in the support of something bigger. Relax. You're being held in the support of something bigger. That is also super powerful. And before you guys came in, I also chose from my goddess deck, and I have the Bridget card. And Bridget is the creatrix. She is a Celtic goddess. She is the keeper of the hearth and the keeper of the cauldron. And she is the one who will, you know, it says alchemy. It's the combining of everything. So in our bodies, I say the cauldron is your pelvic floor. You know, it is that basin, the pelvic bowl. And alchemy, you know, as we hold on to the emotions and the stuff in our guts, which is what I said at the very beginning. So we have to take that, we have to alchemize it, move through it, feel into it, be with it, all of this. So these are, oh, those are my donuts, I believe. I did order another batch of vegan donuts from Hoopla Donuts, and they are amazing. Yeah, they're like yeast donuts. They're Heart's gonna pull them in and all. I don't want to get wet. Yay! Thank you. Okay, well, here we go. Show this too now, because they come in this beautiful box. If you've never seen them, they're made. Phil and Sebastian owns Hoop. This is not sponsored. And do you guys want to see them? Is this a good way to start a yoga class? I've never started a yoga class this way, but why not? Oh, not for you. No, Sadie. So, can I get this in? So they're beautiful? 100% vegan. There you go. Okay, guys, come over. If you were here in my home, I'd cut them up and we would share them. Yeah. Oh well, all for me. Okay, so thank you guys. I'll leave these cards out. Relax, you're being held in support of something bigger. I feel if you have a bolster and a strap nearby, we're gonna be just great. Blankets, great. Good morning. Great. Save my stuff. Okay, and if you have a candle, light it. What a difference a week makes. The last time we gathered together was on Tuesday morning. And, you know, right, that was Monday night, was the, you know, still looting. That was the night of the National Guard and Trump's bizarre photo opportunity. And since then, now we are in this space of peaceful protesting, and it's still going strong, even stronger. So power to the peaceful, and embracing all of that too. You know, our own ancestry, our own stories. What?
Some phone just went on.
Oh, good.
Sorry.
Embracing our own stories, who we are, our own beliefs, shedding, you know, things that have been implanted into us. This is the time of great, powerful transformation on every level. So light your candles, my friends. Smile into your heart. Let's start with open heart mudra. So take your hands out, just wiggle your fingers, move your wrists. This is yoga for the hands. So even give them a shake, you know, stretch your fingers. I like to interlace my hands and just kind of give them a little twist through the fingers. And then I'll change the interlace and do it again. Yes. And then just do the old stretch your arms out. Sadie, move out of the way. Reach out. Push your fingers into the backs of your hands. Pull the hands apart. Stretch your thumbs. Good. And then keep the length as you exhale. Release your hands. Open your hands so wide. Open palms. Bring your hands together. Open heart. Open breath. There we go. Now take your right wrist over the left. Now we're going to touch all the pads of the fingers together except for the ring. So you touch the pinky pads together. Leave your ring fingers. The middle finger pads we touch. The index finger pads we touch. Then the next part is to circle the thumb and the ring finger together. Okay, so this is yoga for your hands. Whatever you can do here, if you need to release any part of it, it's fine. You can see it looks like a heart. Hold it in front of your heart. Take a nice big breath in and breathe out through your mouth. Bow your chin. Feel your breath on your hands. Allow your eyes to close. And as we are at the very beginning of your practice and whatever you were doing before you arrived here, notice the fluttering of your eyelids. Tension in your jaw, your shoulders. And then feeling into your own heart space. And even lifting your heart up or imagining you can open your heart just from lifting, opening your breath. And imagine or feel whatever is in your heart right now flowing out into your hands and out into the universe. And if you're not sure what that is love. That is the word for it. That is what we hold. That is who we are. Everything else is taught. We are love. A newborn baby is the embodiment of love. Same with a very old person, even in the throes of dementia, you know, they are back in their newbornness. It is love. And smile on your face, in your heart, and out into your hands. Because at the root of everything that is happening, we are asking. Everyone is not even asking, demanding more love, more compassion, more kindness, more empathy. These are all these things we cultivate on our yoga mat for ourselves. We listen to ourselves the way we talk to ourselves in certain poses with that, ugh, I can't do this, this hurts. All of those things are the space to invite in compassionate, loving kindness for yourself with the, I can do this, I can breathe, I can open, I can receive. Okay, if you're still in this mudra, just even pressing the pads of the fingers together, opening the circling of the thumb and the forefinger as you, the ring finger as you press them against each other. Lift your heart one more time. And now as you exhale, release your hands, bring the palms together in front of your heart, and with great reverence, bow down to all that is. And before we move from here, I also want to share with you that in light of everything that's been happening on a global scale, we are also in Venus retrograde. Venus will arise on the 9th of June as the morning star. And so we feel that. We also are in the energy of the full moon that happened on the 5th of June and a lunar eclipse that happened at the same time. And that is the first of 3 eclipses that are coming our way, and the final eclipse will be with the full moon on July 4th. These are powerful, powerful times. And so I said, I'll say it again, if you feel anything in your belly, you're not feeling 100%, maybe you are tuning in and feeling everything that is being sent to you. And into that, my friends, now we prepare to Om, and we will Om, and we'll end at the end of practice, we will love, but right now we're gonna Om. So inhale fully right to the top, hold your breath. Lift up right into your heart, and then hold the breath, and then draw it down, expand your belly, almost like you're pumping up into the heart and into the belly. Pump your breath a few times, and then exhale. Okay, we'll do that again. So inhale fully, and draw the belly in, and pump. Just release the belly, bring it in. Release the belly, bring it in. Release the belly, bring it in. Integration. And then release your breath. Take a normal breath in, full breath in. Full breath out. And inhale for our first Om. Bow your chin, feel your breath. I'm going to chant Loka Samasta. You're welcome to join me. Inhale. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Oh, one more. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Release your hands to your thighs, lift your chin, and open your eyes. And beautiful yogis, let's start with a downward facing dog. And get your head below your heart. Feel into your hands if you need to make it a child's pose or even a puppy pose. So I'll show that if you're not sure what that is. I'll start off on hands and knees. I make it a little longer. Tuck the toes under, send the hips up, heart down, forehead on the floor. So downward dog, child's pose, puppy pose. Feel into your breath. Release through your mouth, whatever it is you're holding. If you're in downward facing dog, you might even move your head around a few times, move your body here, explore. And if you're in child's pose or puppy pose, you might just turn your head side to side a few times and feel in. Okay, we're going to expand your pose. So wherever you are, if you're in child's pose, stretch your arms a little longer out. If you're in downward dog, can you step your feet back a little bit or your hands forward? And make it a little longer. Expand yourself into a place of like, maybe you don't normally go. Be curious. And I'm going to change it one more time. If you're in downward dog, open your feet apart a little bit more, your hands apart a little bit more. If you're in child's pose, maybe you separate your knees apart a little more. And then feel here into your discomfort and into your strength. Into this place of expanding breath and expanding consciousness. Okay, we're going to come to sit on the heels in Vajrasana, so that's tops of the feet on the floor. Now you're welcome to keep your hands on the floor. You put something between your hips and your heels if you need it. Otherwise, come to sit. Good. I'm going to take one hand to my belly and one to my heart. And I'm going to start to circle them in opposition, like this number 8. Almost like you are just soothing yourself. Feel your breath. Take one more breath here. Good. And then just release your hands if you're sitting, palms up. Bow your chin. When we bow the chin, the heart will move back a little bit. So if that gives more discomfort, change how you're sitting. And from here, I'm going to explode into gate pose. So I love that word, but it's not going to be that serious. I'm going to take the right hand down, the left arm's going to lift. I'm going to come up onto the left knee, the right knee, and extend the left leg. And just open yourself. Tuck the left toes under. Feel yourself here extending. Even anchor that right knee down as you reach. You can look up, open the left hand, nice and wide. Breathe, and then turn the left palm to face your head. Take it up and over your ear. And feel here as you do that, you can even turn the left heel out a little bit more. Ground in, and then we're going to come back to sit. This time I'm going to sit on the toes. So yogi's choice, you know, you can also put your hands down if you need to. You can sit however you like. Okay, I'm going to change the holding. So opposite hand, one to the belly. Okay, I'm going to start to do this circling again. If this is soothing for you, you can also just hold them there or hands on the floor. Breathe. And then release your hands, palms up, take a moment. Good. Okay, smile in your discomfort. And then left hand down, right arm lifts, come up on your left knee and extend the right leg. And open. Okay, I have the left toes tucked under. I'm going to pop that right heel back a little bit. And then the right hand is open. Look up if that's okay. Breathe. Okay, I'm even pushing the left knee into the floor. Then I turn the palm, take it up and over your ear. Open your mouth wide. Press that right heel into the floor. Breathe. And from here, I'm going to come back to downward facing dog. It could also be child's pose. So you have to find your way. Just take your time. Breathe. And feel your presence. Get it. Okay, I'm going to wag my tail a little bit, wherever you are. And we're going to come into cat-cow from here. So you might do it in downward dog. If you love downward dog, you can do cat-cow here. Otherwise, drop onto your knees and put a blanket, whatever feels good. Just moving through your cat-cow as you open and close. And what you're doing too is you're lubricating your spine. You're opening yourself to the more, to the expansion, to your breath, to your presence, to feeling your body. You know, you might even go slow if you're like, back is bothering you, or you're taking it in your belly, everything. I said at the beginning, feel, let it be felt. You know, the time of hiding is not here. You know, we are raw. The Band-Aid has been ripped. And we can't go back into pretending we don't know. Okay, I'm going to take this into a circular cat-cow. So you might make it longer, you know, create more space. Start to roll your belly, your rib cage, your pelvic floor, your hips, your shoulders, maybe your head. Close your eyes and feel your own circulation, your own invitation to be more, to open to more. And then reverse, circle yourself in the opposite direction with your breath, with your heart. Good. Nice. And then just come back to cat-cow a few times. And then we're all going to move into child's pose, but we're going to do it from cow. So let your belly drop, your chin left. Put the tops of the feet on the floor, open the knees. And then as you look up, maybe lift your eyes and look up as high as you can. Start to take your hips towards your heels. And you're going to keep looking up, but the head is just going to start to drop because, you know, that's anatomy. Then let your head drop. And be here. We're going to take this into a twisted child's pose. So if you need to prop up, my friends, I hope you're taking good care of yourself, because that is the essence of practice. Take one big breath in, sigh it out through your mouth. Okay, then I like to walk my hands back and come up. And from up, I'll walk my hands over to the right. As far as they're going to go comfortably, then extend them out, especially the left hand. That's the one that's going to give you that stretch. And then you can melt down the right arm. My right arm's gonna stay bent a little bit. Feel in. I'm gonna shift my hips just slightly over to the left. Breathe. And then I'm gonna extend my right arm. Just breathing. Okay, so we're all in different places. You're honoring your own space. Feel the right hand on the floor and spread the fingers, you know, even look at it. Can I get wider? Now we're gonna lift the left arm up. And it might go straight forward and then up. You might look at it. You might open it behind you. Good. And then exhale, circle it back down. Plant the left hand down. Now we're gonna lift the right arm. So it's a little bit more awkward maybe. See what you've got. If you need to bend it or put it on your hip, that might feel better for some shoulders. And then release that hand down. I'm gonna walk the hands back, come back. Now I just wanna sit for a moment. So I'm gonna sit in Vajrasana, that's tops of the feet down, but you do what you need to. If that's a downward dog, your heart's moving into that's better, it's all good. Feel. Yeah, this time I'm gonna put one hand on the heart, whichever one. Take the other hand to your back, if this works. And you can make circles again. Just feeling into the low back or the place of the sacrum. Sacred space, your heart space and your sacrum. And then release your hands someplace, palms up. Maybe the eyes are closed, feel your breath. Good. Okay, I'm gonna come back to downward facing dog, but it could be child's pose. So whichever one works for you, move slow, methodical, feel, breathe. Okay, and if you're in downward dog, see if maybe you can lift your toes up, anchor. And you might, if you have your knees bent, then the toes are not gonna lift, and that's just fine. Good. Okay, I'm coming back down to hands and knees. Then come up to hands and knees, come back to your cat-cow. So again, maybe you make it longer, melting your belly, and lifting up. Okay, you've already done this once, so how can you make this a little bit deeper? Can you feel your shoulders rolling forward and bend down your back and forward as you curl? And then take it into this, again, I'm gonna say circular, but maybe you can find a figure 8 shape. So just be playful. Imagine you're drawing a figure 8, maybe with your heart or your hips, your head. Just feeling into this revolution or evolution. We revolve to evolve. And then change direction, whatever it is you're doing. Know that whatever shape you're making is good work. Not something you do every day. Maybe you do, that's awesome. Good. Okay, and then we're gonna come back maybe just to do regular cat-cow a few times. And then we'll move into child's pose again from the cow. So you drop the belly, lift your chin, look up. Tops of the feet to the floor, spread your knees. And then you set your hips down, the head will start to come down. Release your breath. Feel into all that you are. All that you contain, which is a microcosm of everything that's happening. And we're gonna twist now to the left. So maybe you walk your hands back, you come up, then you walk your hands over to the left, and it's really the right arm. I might even keep the left hand bent for a moment, drop in. Then I'm just clawing the floor with my left hand, see if I can get, oh sorry, the right hand. See if I can get a little bit longer. Then I'm gonna shift my hips a little bit to the right. That's just gonna give me more. And then I'll extend the left arm. Breathe here. Release your breath, whatever it is you're holding. We want to feel it. Now spread the fingers of your left hand, anchor. You're going to reach the right arm up. Wherever it goes, you just explore space. Maybe it'll go back and look up or not. Just be wherever you are. Don't worry, whichever hand you have lifted, we're gonna do the other one. So take it down, plant it, and now I'm gonna lift the left arm. And you know, things get crunchy. You breathe into discomfort, embrace it. This is how we make change. You know, when things are comfortable, we don't change. And then release that down. Good. Walk yourself through again. We're gonna feel. So maybe it's child's pose, maybe downward facing dog, maybe puppy pose. If your wrists aren't happy in downward dog, no, you can do a forearm dog. Come onto your forearms. Lift up, whichever one. Be here in your breath, in your presence, in your body, in your belly. Okay. And then just gonna come to sit on the toes once again, just to integrate. So you do sit however you like. You know, close your eyes if you like. Feel. Okay, I'm gonna take one hand to the heart, one hand to the sacrum. You might just hold them here, or you might start to circle, massage yourself. Like, you know, when you were little and you weren't feeling well, you were having trouble sleeping, maybe someone you love came and rubbed your back. And all felt good. So do that for yourself. I'm here to support myself. And then we'll release the hands. Take a breath. Okay, I'm coming to forward fold here. So I'm going to put the hands down, lift the tush. If you want to use your blocks or your couch or your wall, if coming to the full forward fold doesn't work for you, no, you can walk your feet wider, you can bend your knees. So release your head as best as you can. Feel your breath, your great presence. Okay, there's something about this pose that I always think of it as water, almost like a waterfall, from the hips to the heels, stability, even with the knees bent. Sometimes it's even better with the knees bent. Feel that the spine, from the sacrum to the crown of your head, is like water. Even soften your something, your face, your smile, your breath, and feel that your body, your torso can just drop. Okay, so we're gonna come up to standing. We're just gonna do a little balancing here. So I'm gonna bend my knees a lot. You might take your hands to your thighs. You might reach in front. And I'm gonna come up into this. This is like powerful pose. So I still have my knees bent, arms lifted, and then inhale and rise. Good, exhale, release your arms. Now my head is gone, but it's still here. Okay, feel your breath. You might put your hands on your heart or on your belly. Be here for yourself, in community. Good. It's not about segregation, it's about integration. Welcoming all parts of yourself. You feel dizzy, you feel nauseous, all of those things, breathe them in. Good. Okay, so we're gonna come to the old tree pose. I'm not gonna move the camera. I'm gonna leave it because we are gonna come down after this. So start with my feet. This is just about grounding. I want you to feel here, just start to rock front to back, that you are connected to the earth, you are connected to the sky, and that in between that is where we find our strength and stability. Okay, start with taking your hands to your hips, feel your feet. You might lift all 10 toes up, anchor into the earth. As you push down, you feel your legs engage, your belly engage. Shift the weight to the right foot. You can set the right toes down, lift your left heel, turn it out. Now I'm gonna come into this crazy tree we did last time, just to practice balance. I'm gonna lift the leg up. I take my arms are out to this, like, I don't know what's happening pose. And I'm just gonna move my leg around, just to challenge my balance. A little bend in the right knee. Be there, feel, explore your space. If you're falling, great, it's okay. And then we'll move to tree. So from here, you know, you might put the foot back down, you might grab your ankle, you might put it anywhere you need to be. And then from that place of instability, find your stability. So I have my arms out to the side, palms up. in this I don't know what's happening pose. And you can be there, you can reach up, right up to the sky if you wish. Keep your hands open, your fingers open, your belly engaged, your sacrum dropping. Breathe. Okay, smile. If you fall, what a great opportunity. There's a lot happening in the celestial realm, so that can affect all of us here. Take one more breath. Now I'm going to come out the same way I came in. I'm going to bring my hands together in front of my heart, take the leg out. Again, I'm just going to just be here in your silliness, in your exploration, in your falling. Yes, and then feel free to bring that leg down. Release your arms, close your eyes. And just as we were resting, you might turn your palms out. Lift your heart and feel your own, I'm going to use this word, divine presence. Because every part of you is here. Good. Okay, as you inhale, reach up to the sky with nice open fingers, open palms, touch your hands overhead. And as you exhale, open these hands back out to the sides, bring your hands onto your hips. And you might keep them here as we shift the weight over to the left foot. Okay, lift the toes up, anchor the leg, let the toes come down, and then you can keep your hands here, take them out, and we move into this like, just challenging, just challenge yourself. You know, here I'm taking my left hand, touching my right foot just for fun. You know, I might do that on both sides, just fun. You know, challenge. Feel the wobbling in your left ankle, your hands moving, your head. Say, wow, Joe's amazing. She's talking while she's doing it. No, I'm just kidding. We're all amazing. Good. And then move yourself in to your tree. Maybe you have to put the foot down, realign. Okay. Wobbling. Good. Falling. Good. You can't learn to ride a bike without falling off. Well, maybe some kids do. Okay, and then you have to work for it. I'm working, heart's working, Rachel's working. Find your balance, your stability, your presence, your grounding, your reaching, your accepting, your presence to this moment. You know, I heard watching the news and one of the governors, I think it was the governor of Washington, who said, we can meet this moment or we can miss this moment. And I feel like that is the truth. Meet this moment. Feel yourself here. Good. And then I'm going to come out. So maybe the hands are going to come together, might go back to the hip, might stay out. And again, I'm just going to challenge, even if I fall, to just be here in instability. Yes. And then let your feet come down.
It looks like Elaine Bennis.
Oh, Elaine Bennis dancing. Thank you. And breathe here. Okay, take both hands now to your heart. I'm just going to come down. I just want you to put your hands on your heart. So we can turn this into, I'm going to call it butterfly, where you slide the hands, let the thumb pads touch. Let your fingers open on your heart. You know, the butterfly, the caterpillar to butterfly is nature's, you know, greatest example of transformation. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, release your hands. And as we inhale, reach up. Touch the hands over your head. As you exhale, we're coming into forward fold. So you can open your arms out to the side or take your hands straight down through the midline, whatever you feel called to do. Come down here. Separate your feet apart to a really nice distance. So just heel toe them apart, and if you need to move on your mat, that's fine. Good. And then pigeon toe your feet a little bit. I'm laughing because these dogs are starting to smell really, really bad when they fart. So it really smells bad in here. You guys are lucky you're at home. Bend one knee at a time and just, you know, just explore. Move your, as you bend the knee, shift the hip. Feel whatever it is. Maybe your head is going to start to move in opposition. Yes. Good. Okay, and then we're just going to fold down. So you can straighten your legs or keep them bent. And as you exhale, drop down in between your legs. Your hands can be on your blocks, on the couch if you need to, on the wall. Or you walk them maybe in between your legs and drop. Okay, because I take my hands in between my feet. I spread the fingers. I'm gonna push the floor down and forward. That's gonna bring the elbows a little bit closer together. But I'm dropping my jaw, my head. Be in the upside down. It is the upside down that gives us fresh perspective. So even if you open your eyes, you look around your room in a way you don't normally see it, don't look at any dirt or anything, just be in your practice. Good. Okay, and then walk your hands back out. I feel we're just gonna do a twist here. So from here, I'm gonna walk both hands over to the right. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna bend the left knee, shift over. Then I might take the left hand and grab hold of the right ankle. If this works, pull yourself to the right leg. Send your hips to the left. And if you feel stable, lift the right arm up into the air. And be here. You can bend more into the left leg. Open the left knee out, if that works. Okay, and then straighten your legs, hands to the floor. Inhale and exhale. Drop down in between the legs, just wide-legged forward fold. Feel free to separate your feet wider apart. Pigeon toe your toes in a little bit. And then we're gonna do second side. So I take the hands back down, walk them over to the left. Bend your right knee, send the weight to the right, hips to the right. Now the right hand might grab hold of the left ankle or the Achilles. And then you see how that is. And if that works now, lift your right arm up to the sky. Breathe. Good. And then release your hands down. Good. Okay. From here, I'm going to come to downward facing dog, and maybe it's child's pose for you, so you have to walk yourself around. Find your downward dog in your space. Breathe. Okay, change your downward dog a little bit. So go longer, go shorter, go wider, go more narrow. Give yourself a new place to be here. And then smile into that, whatever discomfort, whatever comfort. Good. And then I'm coming to sit again. So I'm going to put the knees down, tops of the feet are down. I'm going to sit in this thunderbolt pose. And just take a moment here. Just feel. Okay. So as we're watching everything happen in this, take a knee, bend a knee. I look at that position. So that position, I'm going to just talk to you for 1 second, so feel free to adjust. That position, if you Google Hanuman, Hanuman is the monkey god, and that's his position. He is in this position of ready. He sits like this. So he's ready to spring into action. This is what we've been seeing, this position. The thing about Hanuman and his story, I'm not going to share it with you right now, but something happened to him in his childhood where the gods really effed up, and they had to apologize and make right, because he is Shiva's son, the Lord of all gods. So every god comes and they gift Hanuman their greatest strength. He is the strongest. He has everything. He has all that strength inside him. But his last gift was that he would forget that he had those powers. And only if he was reminded, like when he had to go into battle and he'd be like, who am I to do this? And someone would say to him, don't you know who you are? You're Hanuman. You have everything you need here. And he was, even though he was super powerful, he was always in service. He never was the aggressor. He only was in service. So I see this, this is here. So we're going to take this pose that I've been sitting in. So however you are, if you need to come to hands and knees first, and you keep that, maybe we'll start with the right foot behind you, and you sit back, and if you need a cushion, take it, and then you can move your left foot wherever you need. If you can bring your hands together in front of your heart, you lift your heart, you be here. And breathe. I watch all these people doing this. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. All these yogis. Take a breath in and breathe out. And I know you're just getting in. I'm watching Hartley's just getting in. So I'm just gonna soften the sacrum down. See if I can be here. And then just like this is a pose of springing into action. So from here, you rise up. Yes, okay, I'm gonna tuck those toes under, put the left foot in a place where I can rise up to standing. I'm gonna turn. Here we are. Now I'm gonna turn the feet, face the opposite way. Okay, we're coming down. So this time, the left knee is gonna come down. And I go slow, you kind of feel. If you need to put a blanket, top of the foot comes down, you can walk the right foot in, bring yourself down. If you need to use your hands, you know, whatever it is, you breathe into this great place of service and of ready. And I did say this was going to be a quieter practice, and I really felt it was going to, but here we are, and I'm like, oh, okay, now we're going to do standing splits. So from here, again, I'm going to come back up. So if you have blocks, you want to use them, it's fine. I'm just going to come up here, walk that right foot in front, tuck the left toes under. I'm going to take my hands to the floor. Okay, then I'm going to straighten, the right leg is going to straighten, the left leg is going to lift up. So, and just be here. Stretch through, push the right thigh back. Stretch your left foot. Look underneath, maybe look at your foot. You can roll the ankle, take a fresh perspective of your room. I'm going to turn it into twist if this is interesting. The left hand stays on the floor and the right arm is going to lift. And I'm open everywhere. Toes, foot into the floor, grounding. And then release, hands to the floor. Set your left foot down. Yes, I'm going to come up to standing from here. So you find your strength. Turn your feet, face straight. Yeah, now turn your feet, face the opposite direction. Yeah, okay, I'm going to come into Hanuman's pose first. So set your feet. Okay, bring that right knee down. Yeah, and then find your, even if you need to keep the hands down, and this is it, you know, find your place here. Take a breath. Oh, it's okay. And then we're going to standing splits. So I'm going to come up, take the hands down, I'm going to straighten the left leg, lift the right leg up. Find your presence. Integrate your body, don't segregate. Everything's here. Keep that right hand down, reach the left arm up. To whatever it is, you know, be in your imbalance. Breathe. Good, and then release. Good, step back, maybe downward dog, maybe child's pose. Feel yourself here. Good. Okay, and then take it down. Maybe child's pose. I'm going to sit with the toes tucked under. Integrate here, but you're welcome to take it to child's pose, or I'll sit however you like. Be with your own presence. Close your eyes. Feel your heart beating. Feel your breath. Feel yourself integrating all parts of yourself. Parts of you that have maybe gone to sleep or, you know, have been talking to you. You invite it all in. Great. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you. Okay, the next thing we're going to do here is you're going to take a bolster or a blanket. I'm just going to keep this one. You can go get one. Okay, I'm going to take this bolster. I'm going to lie on it so that my hip bones are on it, my low belly, right? I can feel everything here. I'm going to come down onto my forearms. So it's a version of Sphinx, but I want you to, I'm wiggling down. I want to feel my low belly. So the pubic bone is dropping towards the floor. I want you to feel that you have a bit of pressure into that space, maybe if you think of where your navel is, above and below, right there. And so move yourself back or front, feel it. Then forearms are bent. I'm going to bring my palms together. Okay, I'm just going to exaggerate this. The shoulders are going to pull forward. And then I'm going to take the shoulders back. And as I move the shoulders back, I can feel I'm gonna press into my elbows. My head's gonna lift. Then I'm gonna open my jaw. So you're not taking anything here, okay? Tops of the feet are down if that works. So if you don't have enough room, tuck them under, it's fine. And then just breathe. Okay, so you feel that the bolster is on your low belly or your blanket, your tailbone is dropping down. So you can even move the bolster up hard so that you have more room. And then just breathe. Feel the shoulders are moving away from the ears, dropping. Okay, now I have my head lifting, but I'm gonna pull the chin in. And that's gonna give me a little strengthening in the back of my neck. I could even pull the chin in and turn the head down a little bit. So that, for me, is work. You know, I'm really working the back of the neck here. Just pulling the chin in. And then you can keep everything, but if you'd like to drop your head, your jaw, go ahead and do that. Keep the if you drop your head, the shoulders have more space to move away from the ears. Okay? I want you to really feel the breath in the belly where the bolster is. And then breathe into that. Let the jaw be relaxed. Eyes relaxed. Okay, if you want to make it a little bit more, you simply just bend your knees. Maybe the feet touch. And breathe. Okay, I keep reminding myself the shoulders want to relax. No, I want to take them back. Pull the chin in. Maybe the head dropped or not. It's fine. Breathe. Okay, add a little bit of muscular effort where you push into the bolster with your belly as you inhale. And as you exhale, you can soften. Okay. Take one more breath as you are. You might even wiggle yourself down a little bit. So now I feel the bolster is like bottom of the ribs, all the soft, I want to say your soft creamy center is on the, that's not mine, someone else said that once, I thought it was brilliant, but your soft creamy center, feel that is supported. Okay, then you're welcome to lie down. So that's going to give you a little bit more into your low back. You can keep the legs bent, you can straighten them, and have your head turned one way or forehead on the floor. And now the breath is moving maybe more into your low back. And you can assist it, consciously breathing here. Okay, so stay as you are. The next pose I'm going to do, so you stay as you are, just rest, I'm just going to talk, is that I'm going to reach back and grab my feet and move it into Dhanurasana. So that's where I hold the feet, I push the back so I can lift up into this upward boat. So you can do that with, you can even just put your hands on the floor and make it into a cobra. Or you reach back, grab your feet or your ankles, and just press back. And the lift of the bolster, will keep the thighs to the floor, hopefully. Just opening yourself here. So you could even just be, hands on the floor into a bit of a cobra. Just push back and breathe. If you're here, maybe the toes are working, the feet are working. Integrate everywhere, shoulders opening. And then release and rest back the same way we were. Maybe the legs are stretched straight, they can be wide. Now receive your breath into your low back. So you're lying down in whatever way works. You can, prop up as you need. Receive your breath. Perhaps you even feel your heart beating. Even low in your belly, the belly heart. It's just the pumping. We have 3 diaphragms in the body. One at the base of the throat, the diaphragm at the solar plexus that we all know and love, and then there's one right at the base of your pelvic bowl. That's that fluttering we feel when we're, you know, with our beloveds. So that's the third diaphragm. It's there. Good. Okay. Okay, we're gonna come back up, maybe into Dhanurasana, maybe into your cobra. I'm gonna change this so slightly. So now I'm gonna walk myself back so that I can feel my groins on the floor, tops of the thighs on the floor, and the bolster is now, you know, maybe your heart is resting on it or your lower ribs, depending on what you have here, so that you feel grounded down below. And as you come over it, you know, maybe the head doesn't touch the floor as nice. So you might have to prop up. And so here what we're doing is sending the breath into the back of the lungs, the back of the heart. So adjust yourself. If you don't feel the breath coming in there, you can lower yourself down or you can stay on your forearms. But meet your breath. You can meet this moment or you can miss this moment. So feel the expansive quality of your breath with love and devotion and integration. Breathe into your back body. Let everything move through you. Notice any tension in your jaw. Let it go. Release your holding patterns. You know, the world will never be the same as what we knew it in April. No, not April. February. I had to think what comes before March. It will never be the same. And that's okay. We're yogis. We are fluid. We are able to move ourselves in and out of poses with an open heart, with kindness, with compassionate love. And it starts right here for yourself, right? Love begins at home. Healing begins at home. Home, om, you know, the word shalom, probably salam, same root. That om is there. It is the sound found in all living things. Okay, so I'm going to come back to Dhanurasana, and this time, because of where the bolster is, things are going to change a little bit. So I'm going to bend, reach back, grab your feet if that's possible. If not, just put your hands on the floor, lift up for cobra, press back and open. And because of where it is, I'm not going to come up as high. I'm going to be with that. I'm going to breathe, smile, feel. You know, I like to turn my head side to side a little bit. And then release, lower down, come into the breathing. You know, adjust yourself on your bolster, move up, move down, breathe. Feel into your body. Good. Okay. Release your breath, drop in. If you want to bend your knees, you know, knees wide, feet together, you can do that. Sometimes it's fun to rub the soles of your feet together. Feel into that which carries you, and here you are. Okay, so if you have your knees bent, then you might press the knees or the thigh part close to your knees down, let your hips lift a little bit. You can come up onto your forearms if you wish, if that's better. I'm gonna rock my hips side to side. So they're lifted off the floor. We're just gonna rock them side to side. So it's not a natural feeling movement, maybe you have to bring it in. Good. Okay, and then I'll let the hips drop. I'm gonna just be here for a breath or two, and we're gonna take this into child's pose. So hands might come onto your bolster even, and lift yourself up, roll over, and then from here, I'm gonna take the bolster in front, so that as I come down, I can rest my wrists, my hands on the bolster. I might even hug the bolster with my fingers, drop my head. Okay, if that's no good, you know, pull the bolster in, rest your head on there. Okay, as I come into this child's pose, I'm just going to sway my hips side to side, release the breath, close your eyes, Feel what's happening on the right, what's happening on the left. And really feel, my friends. One side might feel more open. Notice, you know, if the tops of your feet don't like this, your hips don't like this. And then you just smile into your discomfort as a quest to find comfort. Take one more breath in and out. And then you might release your hands. I'm going to come back to sit in Vajrasana. That's the tops of the feet on the floor. Integrate. Sit however you like. You know, take a moment. I'm just going to rest the hands on the thighs. Close my eyes. Feel this body. You know, feel your aura, your energy. Everything's changed. Feel that you are ready. You are ready here for whatever we're being called to do. My emotions move through me like cycles. And it is time to integrate all parts of yourself, to release habits that hinder your growth, such as these beliefs about ourselves, these limiting beliefs. Good. Okay, so I'm going to take you onto your backs from here. Maybe you do it this way. So I take my arms out like I'm here, come up. I'm going to tuck my little toes under, and I'm going to balance on the feet with the knees lifted. Maybe I reach the arms up. And, you know, I love to just challenge, you know, even moving your arms, you're going to challenge yourself here, find your way. And then you can start to set yourself down. You might fall, the knees might open, you know, whatever it is. Come down. Good. Okay, if you're all the way on your back, great. If not yet, maybe you take a moment, massage, rub, and put your socks on and your sweatshirts on. We're gonna keep the bolster. You can just set it over to the side as you lie down. You might even use a block. We're just gonna lift the hips on that bolster, but first just lie on your back as you are. You can just take a moment. If your back feels tight, maybe you start to windshield wiper your knees side to side. Good. Good. Okay, and then I'm going to have you bring your knees into your chest and hug them in. And if that's not very comfortable for you, even though, you know, discomfort, comfort's all the same, you could move the bolster in and set your feet on the bolster and rest there, just so the knees are coming in a little bit more. Yeah. Okay, so we have the knees right together. Great, then we massage the belly. That does come with its own challenges. So if you need to separate your knees apart, that's fine too. You know, you can feel the difference in your back. You know, we're at the end of our practice, so however you are taking this is good practice. Good. Okay, take one more breath here. Take a full breath in, and as you breathe out, soften the shoulders, the back of the heart, the jaw. And then maybe we'll take a happy baby. So we'll take the arms to the inside of the legs, grab hold of the baby toe edge of your feet. You can rock side to side or just be here in this version of a squat on your back. Good. Okay, and then set your feet on the floor. If you need to windshield wiper again, do that. And then we're just gonna lift the hips. So you'll put your bolster or your block. It gives different sensations. You know, you can get a higher lift with the block than with the bolster. Yogi's choice. I'm on the bolster, and as soon as I get on the bolster, because it's softer, I'm gonna separate my feet, and I do a little bit of windshield wiper here. So the knees, you know, they don't go all the way to the floor, but whatever they're doing, you're just feeling in. This is a version of upside down. So we have the hips lifted, the back of the heart is on the earth, the back of the head is on the earth. Okay. So we're gonna be here for 5 more breaths. So you can be still, just resting, receiving. You can put your hands on your tummy if you like, or out to the side. I know some of you might have your legs in the air, and that's fine too. Smile. And even here, just feeling that you have welcomed, invited, loved all parts of yourself with fierce, compassionate kindness, fierce, compassionate love. And even feel yourself emanating this out into the world, to our leaders. You know, one of the great things about, you know, I say the Band-Aid's been ripped away. And some of these leaders who, you know, we have no idea who the governor of Minnesota was before. I didn't know. Maybe you guys did. I didn't know. But now we see some of these leaders are real leaders, and so many strong Black women in positions of power in the States. And it's just so exciting to see that. And even, you know, even though we know, it's not a surprise the way, I wanted to say Donald has been behaving. It's not a surprise, but there's no going back, you know, like he's shown it, we've seen it. So this is powerful, transformational times. And into all of this space now, we offer ourselves Shavasana. So you can stay if you love being on your block. Take your time. I'm going to lift my hips, send the bolster between my hips and my heels. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees open, and supported by the bolster. You can also send your bolster down a little further, stretch your legs straight. Okay, notice your heart, your shoulders, and if they don't feel like they're equal, one shoulder's taking more weight, maybe you move your head a little bit to the lighter side, or you adjust your shoulders, your heart. Find your best balance as you lie here. Feel free to cover your eyes, cover your body. But taking this time now for conscious, integrative rest. This is time to feel whatever is arising. As I talk to you, just natural here. I have my hands on my belly, the middle fingertips are together, and I just start to trace this heart shape that goes up to maybe the solar plexus and comes down to just above the pubic bone. You can just, you know, it's so easy to draw these shapes on ourselves. This integrating the right, the left, wholeness. And then resting in your stillness. I said at the very beginning of our practice, you might notice your eyelids are fluttering. So here, notice if you feel your eyelids heavy. And that is directly linked to the brain waves, the thoughts. So if you're still in your thinking mind, you might feel the eyelids fluttering, but if you are rested, everything is still. And then we can be with our breath. We can spread whatever we're holding throughout the body, we can disperse it with loving kindness for ourselves. And we invite in this time of transformational energy. To encourage ourselves to be the best, most loving, fiercely compassionate version we can possibly be. as you stay in your rest. Perhaps inviting a small smile to come in as an invitation. You invite this body to relax more deeply. And being in the flow of your breath. And staying as you are. If you wish to rest in your Shavasana longer, I honor that. And if you're ready to start to journey with the fingers, the toes, the ankles, the wrists, even your arms and your legs. So the powers of creation in your hands and the powers of mobility, of getting where you need to be with your legs and your feet. And then moving any way you like as you honor all parts of yourself to bring you into your seated posture. So as you come onto your side, take a few moments in this fetal position, this place between above and below, where you can either roll back and lie down or you come to sit up, and you are deeply in these places. So take your time. You might keep your eyes closed. You can adjust your seat, whatever you need to be. Okay, once we get here, I'm just going to have one palm, both hands on the thighs, one facing down, one facing up. I'll take Gyan Mudra, circling the thumb and the forefinger. I'm going to take that forefinger right to the base of the thumb. If you can do that, do that. And if not, you just let it be where it is. Breathe here. Take your time. Take your time. Okay, so if you have your thumb resting right in, or your index finger, index finger right to the base of the thumb. Then I'm going to move it now to the middle of the thumbs. So I'm opening the circle. Okay, change your hands. So the other one's facing up, the other one's facing down. And then opening the circle so that now the index finger is resting maybe at the first knuckle of the thumb or right in the middle of the pad of the thumb. And then here, my friends, you decide if you want to turn both hands up or turn them down. Just whatever you choose is the right one. One is grounding, one is energizing. And feeling your divine presence in the flow, in this place of integration, in this time of transformation, in this time of acceptance, fierce radical love, of deeply supporting each other. Inhale here. And as you exhale, you might release this mudra, bow your chin and join your palms together in front of your heart with great reverence. You welcome all that you are. So I don't claim to know anything other than this I share with you. You know, I was named for my father's Oma Johanna, and she was a Black woman. And, you know, he grew up in a country called Suriname. And he always told me from the time I was a young child that they never saw color. You know, everyone was family. And my Oma Johanna, she married a white man, and, you know, it was very common. It was not a big deal. And this is in the, you know, late 1800s. So I did post the story on my Instagram, my Facebook, if you haven't seen it. On the other side, my mother's family is Holocaust survivors. And I grew up with that And at the root of it all, I know my grandparents were fiercely loving. Love is the answer. Love is the cure, and love is the medicine. And so we will seal this practice with our May We Be Blessed mantra, and we will chant the sound of the word love together. And so I know we all have our own stories and our own history. I encourage you to embrace, welcome, even if there's some darkness. We have to invite that all in so we can move through it. So inhale, nice and full, lift yourself tall, and then exhale that breath. And inhale fully. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. And may we be healthy and on the road to happy. We'll seal that with one love. Inhale. Love. And bowing your chin, Om Shanti, Om Peace, Om Namaste. Take a big breath in, exhale into your hands, hit your breath and offer it. And with great love and devotion for every single one of you, thank you for being here. I deeply love you. I miss you, but I love you. Thank you for being here. And I shall see you on, I think now, Sunday, Tuesday morning, I will be here. So great love, my friends. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Yes, I see you. Namaste. Stop the recording.